Have you ever felt the dread at staring at a blank PowerPoint template, knowing you've got a killer presentation to craft? I know I have. Well, that's about to change. Today, I'm going to take you on a journey where we explore the power of artificial intelligence as a tool to help us draft those corporate decks, which oh so often seem to induce more yawns than nods of understanding. And no, we are definitely not talking about replacing your creative writers and designers, but instead helping you make that initial leap from concept to first draft easier, faster, and stress-free. I've got some great little tricks up my sleeve on how AI, specifically ChatGPT, can streamline that drafting process. Typically, your journey would begin with a message that needs articulation. But how do we go from a simple session title to a structured outline for a compelling presentation? Enter ChatGPT. This is an advanced large language model, or LLM, developed by OpenAI. And it can help take the guesswork out of outlining your presentation. By feeding it a summary of your ideas, or even just your presentation's title or objective, ChatGPT can generate an outline that logically organises your content. The best way I've heard it described is like a thinking partner who's always ready to help distill your thoughts into clear, concise points. By starting with a structure for your information, rather than launching straight into one detailed rambling slide after another, you're setting out your key points up front. This will ensure that your deck has a clear direction and flows logically, importantly keeping your audience engaged. All right, so let's say we want the presentation to be about the importance of the premium nature of our brand. Let's type our initial prompt and ask it for 6 slides. How cool is that? It's even given us a title and a subtitle. Once you have your outline, it's time to delve deeper, and this is where the magic happens, when we ask it to start fleshing out our main points into full-bodied content. We're going to share the points one by one, asking it to elaborate. And voila! In no time, you'll have expanded each bullet into comprehensive descriptions, arguments, or explanations for each of your key points. Now, this is where things get interesting. We're not just going to copy and paste all this good stuff into PowerPoint individual slides. Oh no, that'd take far too long. Nope, we're going to use a Visual Basic for Applications, or VBA script, for PowerPoint. First, what is a VBA script? Well, essentially, think of it as a backstage pass to PowerPoint's inner workings, allowing you to directly create and manipulate slides just with code. Whoa, 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 don't panic. I know it sounds techie, but trust me, I'll walk you through it. Basically, you can have ChatGPT write a piece of code that automates the process of creating those slides with the text it's already written for you, and even, get this, set up basic animations. So once it's done that, just find PowerPoint's VBA editor and paste in the script and run it, and watch your content appear before your very eyes as a complete slide deck. Okay, so we've got some slides with text in them, but we all know a picture's worth 1,000 words. Sure, we could trawl the stock libraries, but let's push this thing a bit further and generate some AI images. Now, unlike me, most of you are probably on PCs, so you'll have Edge installed already as your default browser. With the OpenAI collaboration, there's now a text-to-image generator powered by DALL-E right inside. So let's see what it can come up with for us. So we could regenerate the VBA script to have it include the images as well, but by the time you've copied and pasted all the file paths so it knows where to find them, I actually think it would probably just be quicker to insert them manually. So with text and images ready, it's time to tart things up. That's where the designer feature in PowerPoint shines. It's a built-in AI tool that offers design suggestions based on the content of your slides, and it can work seamlessly with your organization's approved templates, assuming they've been generated in a compatible fashion. With this, you can ensure your presentation is brand consistent. However, it's not going to replace a professional designer, but it will help to make sure that your slides are aesthetically pleasing at a basic level, if all you need is a deck for a smallish internal presentation, which you would normally have to wrestle with on your own. A potential game changer on the horizon is Microsoft's Copilot feature, which could further streamline how we develop slide decks. Imagine this. You're thinking about prepping your deck for the next colleague conference. You've got a specific proposal you need to share with everyone that exists already as a Word doc, and you're wishing you could magically convert it into a compelling PowerPoint without starting from scratch. Well, your wish is Copilot's command. Just using ordinary language in the same way as you would have written your prompt for ChatGPT, Copilot has the power to turn that word into PowerPoint and vice versa. Before you know it, there's a sleek presentation before your eyes, just waiting for final finesse and adjustments. If you remember how we talked earlier about outlining, fleshing out and translating text into images with AI tools like Bing and DALL-E, well, with Copilot, all these functionalities are baked in, making it a game changer for your presentation development process. Watch this. Suppose you want to add a slide. You just give Copilot your basic instructions and there you have it. A new slide, ready for you to review. And what if a slide feels a bit too heavy on text? Copilot to the rescue. Request it to make the slide more visually appealing and there you go. You're looking at a transformed, more visual slide. Copilot can even add animations for that extra professional flair, all at the click of a button. But Copilot doesn't stop at design. It also creates speaker notes for all your slides too. Now, I love the idea of this feature. And although it's not demoed in anything I've seen yet, I'll bet you'll be able to ask Copilot to export all the speaker notes into a Word doc so that you can just send that to your prompt operator straight away. An important thing to remember here is that if you're preparing a conference deck, something that's going to be on a big stage set and wowing a large audience, you should be thinking about what you're generating with AI as the brief or a first draft. My experience, as limited as it still is that it takes a great deal of effort to generate detailed enough prompts for the AI to prepare anything that is much more than vanilla in aesthetic standard. It also takes many iterations of prompt tweaks or repeat generations for the AI software to show you exactly what you were looking for. But what it will do is show you something kind of en route to your final destination. If you let AI handle some of the heavy lifting, like drafting content and creating initial deck versions, this process is going to speed you through early doors, getting that niggly brief off your plate so you can get back to the day job. And while it's clear that AI has a transformative role in this process, it doesn't diminish the importance of a designer's expertise in shaping and refining the final product. So if you hand that over to your creative teams, then your designers have good time to really let their creative juices flow, exploring ideas and developing them into slides they've never had the time or opportunity to create for you before. They'll take that vanilla deck that does the job but lacks creative oomph and transform it with real human skill, and maybe even some AI, into masterpieces. This is your best chance to get a deck for your conference like you've never seen before. Seize it and you'll not only end up with gorgeous slides, but also time to focus on delivering it powerfully and maybe even rehearsing it a couple of extra times. AI, be it ChatGPT or future tools like Microsoft Copilot, presents a fantastic opportunity to redefine presentation development, transforming it from a laboured chore into a swift task. But PowerPoint is only part of the story when it comes to conference content. There's also usually a significant chunk of video too. And boy, are there some awesome AI tools already out there to aid that process too. Watch this video next to explore ideas on how to get blockbuster level VFX in your next corporate vid.